Okay, and welcome everyone to this edition of Falcon Spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. It is finals week and graduation week. Oh my gosh, time goes by so fast. At this time, I'd like my guests to please introduce themselves.
Let's go.
Yeah, sure. I'm Kateri. I'm one of the co-founders of Collective Avenue Coffee. I was born and raised in Lynwood, so grew up in the area, so it's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Hey guys, my name's Jonathan, also co-founder of Collective Avenue Coffee. I'm also from Lynwood, born and raised. Yeah, I don't know.
Cool. The very first thing I like to do with my guests is have them take us back to what K-12 was like. What was K-12 like? K-12 you like? Like, were your activities different as far as your interests? What were you like back then?
Oh, K through 12?
Yeah, like, were you in, like, anything in particular, like acting? What did you enjoy back then?
I don't know, I was just hanging out with friends. Originally I was living in Wadsworth and then moved to Lynwood. I don't know, I just remember hanging out with friends when I was like younger than like high school, stuff like that. Nothing like too crazy. I wasn't really into sports and stuff. So it was just more or less just hanging out with friends. When they were all in bands, so I would just like go out with their jam sessions.
Cool.
I was a total nerd. K through 12. I always really I liked school. I joined a lot of clubs towards high school. Yeah, I don't know. I went from like decathlon to cheer, and so I like to call myself the nerdy cheerleader, and I like to prove people that you can go through different circles of friends.
How long did you do cheer?
For 2 years, yeah, junior and senior year. So it was actually because I got dared to try out, and then I ended up being in the team. Yeah.
What is a tryout like? What do you do?
I mean, dance. So you had to memorize cheers on the spot, and then you had to dance. How loud can you be? How much can you smile? Yeah, it was really big. Like,
Cool.
Never be negative. Yeah.
What were your favorite subjects back then?
You can go first. Let me think about it.
I used to like math.
Oh, okay.
and then Algebra 2 happened. Sorry. And then, I used to like math. I think I really grew in love with history. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I would say like history would be one of my favorite ones, especially in high school. I wasn't like too good at school, so I wouldn't say like I was like excelling in a specific subject. But as of now, like I like a lot of different subjects in general. But high school, I would say maybe like history or something. Nothing like too crazy.
So, one of the things that I always think of about the show when I was creating it was there are moments in life where students, they'll eventually run into questions that they should ask themselves as they're transitioning to adulthood. And one of the things is what's next. So as you were going to graduate high school, did you know what was next? What was that journey like? What did you want to do? Did you know? Did you take time? Did you change your mind a couple of times or anything like that on what you wanted to do after?
So when I graduated high school, my mom passed away at that age, so I kind of went through like a whole little downward spiral. So I was like drinking a lot, so I didn't really like know too much or like what I wanted to do in general. So I think it was like I was maybe like 3 years, maybe not 3 years, maybe like 2 years in. Then I was into this like straight edge hardcore band from Boston called Half Art. I forgot I was into Arm with the Mind, which is one of their tracks, and then they kind of like it just kind of like changed the whole perception of how I want to like deal with life, and then like what I wanted to do with it. I remember working like these discounts, and I was like probably the worst worker in that just store in general. And then out of nowhere, like I think listening to like that band, and then like listening to a rap artist called Blue, listening to his album Below the Heavens kind of changed my whole perception. And that's where, like, I would say, like, I kind of figured out what I wanted to do in life, which is kind of help people. Especially that's what my mom was. Like, a lot of people went up to her to really kind of, like, I don't know if it's the word, like, express themselves. Because my mom was very, very unjudgmental. And she was really cool and really open-minded about stuff like that. So I think that's what I wanted to do. I think that's what, like, when I realized what I wanted to do on. So maybe, like, 21.
Mm-hmm.
It was, like, a whole, like, 3 years of, like, getting really drunk all the time and doing not the right things in the world.
So like, what helped you like to like stop?
Definitely listening to Half Heart and then Below the Heavens by Blue. Definitely one of my favorite albums of the world. Probably changed my life and like really got me more like in a positive way of looking through life. Especially like living in like where I'm from and like growing around with people that I've been around with. It's not like the most positive thing in the world, but you know you can just flip that, just make it more of a positive thing.
And then what happened after?
Started working in coffee shops, and then like I kind of realized how much I like doing coffee, and then like meeting all the cool new people I met through it. So I've met a few friends. I don't know where they're at right now, but they were my regulars at a shop in Santa Monica. They kind of gave me the idea, like then the courage to kind of start a cafe. So before I met Kat, I was saving up like a couple of grand, and that's when I bought like a grinder that ran me like $1,400. And I just buying like different equipment for the cafe. And then I met Kateri, and then we started doing Collective Avenue. And then we've been doing a lot of cool things around the city, so meeting cool new people like yourself, helping out different organizations, different schools. So yeah, stuff like that. I don't know.
How about you? What came next?
After high school?
Yeah.
Well, I went to school up in the Bay Area. I went to Berkeley. I went with the intention to be a business major. And then I realized that there were certain classes I didn't want to take in that major. I changed my major, I think, like 3 times. Because then I switched to political economy, then to cultural studies. Uh-oh. Then to cultural studies. We're okay. And then to American studies, because I wanted to focus on. So basically, that major is what about American culture do you want to focus on? And for me, it's always been how do corporations have this like impact on society of us as consumers? So really, like, why do we shop so much? But it's always just been fascinating since I was like in middle school, high school, and just observing my surroundings and people's spending habits. And then so it was really fascinating to me. So I still took a lot of business classes, but made it my own under that department. Cool. So I think when you don't like any of the majors, you build your own. So yeah.
Did you get to participate on campus on like clubs and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was in the Latino Business Student Association since freshman year. So I was really involved with that. I was in Hawaiian Club. So again, back to the dancing. Some things just didn't change. I was really involved in our scholarship group too, which it was a 4-year scholarship, and part of it included having to do community service hours every semester. So we would host events at the Boys and Girls Club or at local cleanups, do dinners, do care packages for the students during, like just a lot of events. It was 90 of us, so I was in the leadership committee, and we would do these events for the students and for the community. And me particularly, I wanted to implement what I learned a lot in the business club with the students in my scholarship group. So I started doing resume workshops. So I paired up with my donor for my scholarship, which was Union Bank, and we got their recruiters going over and doing mock interviews and stuff. So really professional development has been something that I've wanted to bring to the community too. Cool. The moment I learned about it.
I forgot to push that button.
Which
you see
one?
the glowing one? Push the one right under you. Yes. There we
Okay.
So anyways, another thing that sometimes I think people run into, and you know, I always think that I like whenever an audience member tunes in, they might relate to their to the guest on the show, especially with like maybe they have like some negativity in life. Maybe like the occasional person that like is discouraging, is like negative and thinks, yeah, but like maybe you could be like working like let's say there's someone that loves volunteering, and you got that one friend that or family member that's like, yeah, but you could be like working at McDonald's. You're not getting anywhere volunteering. Like, what tips do you have for the audience members that they face like the negative people?
Yeah.
I definitely feel like I was more with like I had the family members like wanting me to like work all the time type of thing. So like it was not really about going to school. It's more or less just working, and somehow that will get you somewhere. I definitely feel like if I was like a lot younger, I would definitely not have listened to that. it was like really kind of not like forced to, but definitely more pushed towards like constantly working and not really doing like extracurricular activities.
Mhm.
But I would say like just don't listen to them. Like they kind of, it's like it's not their life, it's your life. So I would definitely just do more extracurricular activities, and then it's gonna get you somewhere more than like working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You can, I mean, I understand the situation, like where we come from and everything. Sometimes your mom and dad or your mom, they need help with paying the bills, and you need the money, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're not just living for a routine, that you like what you're doing. And volunteering, I mean, it's already scientifically proven that when you help others, you're more happy. And that's something where just volunteer for the sake of volunteering. You know, it's that little step you take for someone else that you never know that you might be the one benefiting from doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes there might be those naysayers that they'll think, how could you do this for free?
I
You
mean,
know?
yeah. I guess with Collective Avenue Coffee, we don't pay ourselves. All the money goes to save up to get this location. That's why when we do our music event every last Friday of the month, lovingly called Last Fridays, we do it for free. We do it for the high school students, for the people in their 20s. I mean, I have friends' parents who go, but yeah, we always get comments of, oh, thank you for doing this. Like, this is what I look forward to every month, or I wish we had this in high school. And I mean, it's not like we've been doing this for over a year. And
Definitely. And we'll get into the Last Fridays in a bit. The other question I always ask my guests is, you know, who have been your inspirations, like your mentors and stuff like that? Tell us about the importance of mentors.
Go ahead first.
yeah, I guess, there are many mentors along the way. Sometimes it doesn't have to be just the person, it could be the message. Like, I know one of my bosses in one of the internships I did, so one of my internships meant working at a lot of different locations around San Francisco. But when I worked for this lady, she was in charge of the Boys and Girls Club headquarters in San Francisco Bay Area. And I mean, I can't say I was close to her, but if she gave me one of the most valuable pieces of advice ever, and it was just know what you don't want to do, cross it off, and move on to the next thing. You'll never know exactly what you want to do. Just live life, live those experiences, and cross it out as you go. And you'll learn something from what you don't like anyway, so, yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. I guess my mentors. I don't know. I guess I pretty much I would try to learn something from everyone. So I guess everyone's would be my mentor. Like I'm learning something from Carter, like different things. My friends, managers I've had in the past, managers I have now. People I've met like through the coffee shops, giving me advice on like how to approach different things. So I definitely feel like I wouldn't say like I have a specific mentor, but I definitely I've learned from different people in general.
Finding value in the individuals, yeah.
There are two other questions I asked my guests that are like they kind of tie together. What would you like your legacy to be, and where do you see yourself after retirement?
I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want my legacy to be fearless and willing and really altruistic, and kind of sparking the co-op movement in LA. Yeah, so the worker-owned co-op movement.
Definitely, I feel like I just want to be helping more people in general. I would want that to be my legacy, just helping people.
And retirement?
I'm not really too sure, honestly. As long as maybe like just have my house and just chilling with my dog or something. So nothing like too crazy.
Okay. So retirement plans?
Travel, for sure.
Okay. The other question I asked my guests is siblings. You guys got siblings?
I'm the oldest of four.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of my brother and sister. I'm the oldest of my my other brothers, my half brothers and sisters, I would say. But yeah, I'm like the oldest one in that section, I would say.
Cool. Did you like wait, how is okay? So the older ones, so like the younger ones, they go to you guys for like advice and stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm a very strict big sister.
Oh,
Like they live I'm from Lynwood, but they live in Lincoln Heights, so I try to visit them whenever I can.
cool. You mentioned so leaving Lynwood and you know being somewhere totally different. Like, what is it like to like leave your family and like be away from home? Like, how did you deal with that and stuff?
It was exciting, and then there were times where I was homesick, but I was really excited to move somewhere new because I like to try new things. Yeah, I mean, you lived in Oakland too, right? So
Yeah, not like a long period of time. It was just like for a short, like maybe like 3 months. Just to help out open a cafe out there, but I wouldn't say like it was like a really big experience. Definitely something enjoyable. Met a lot of cool new people, learned something from them. Definitely wanted to bring like that whole like Bay Area vibe to like the Lynwood area. Feel like something refreshing, something new.
So you missed it, like.
Oh yeah. It's like Bay Area is really fun. It's a super chill. People are really nice in general. Just want to bring more of that positive vibe to our area. Because it's not really something that we see often, so why not? I don't want to wait for someone. We just kind of just.
Did you get to like visit frequent or?
I try to go at least like once a year.
Oh.
And then my friend moved out there for a while, so I would have wanted to visit him, but just like have different friends out that work at cafes, but they're all going to like they're all busy in school right now, so I can't really be going there often.
Cool. So I always think that there could be a chance that whoever's listening to the show or watching the video, there might be a chance that the guest is in the particular, you know, occupation that they want to pursue. So what tips do you have for people that want to pursue the same type of job, same type of career, same type of degrees, anything like that?
Be willing to fail, but fail quickly and learn from it quickly. I mean, that just goes throughout. I mean, we've had a lot of learning experiences as Collective Avenue, but we're like, okay, how do we move on from this? But even when you're in your major, I know hopefully, or maybe there are people who are listening to this and are transferring to schools. It's going to be a big transition wherever you go, but just embrace the change and know that nothing worth doing comes easy. So, yeah, that's my tip.
Definitely being surrounded by the right people. That'd be my biggest advice. Just being surrounded by like the right people.
What tips do you have for people when facing rejection?
What kind of rejection?
Like job rejection, stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah. Like just being discouraged.
I would just say positive, you know? It's like someone's always gonna say no. There's always gonna be a yes somewhere. It's gotta be positive and then like learn from that, like learn what you can do differently. I think I forgot what business book I read it from, but it's just like you could always just ask them, like, go give me advice, like why didn't you hire me? Like what can I improve on? Like most managers or people that interviewed you are always willing to give you some sort of advice. Or you can learn from someone who's really good at interviews. It's general, like there's always some form of help. Just gotta go and look for it in general.
For me, I fix resumes on the side. I just learned to love it. But I would say if you're facing rejections, like wonder why. Like I know it's quick to think of like, but I'm so good, or it's just as bad as saying, oh, I'm not good enough, I shouldn't bother applying. Just keep applying, you know, and the good position will come around. Also, keep an eye on, this is very specific, but do keep an eye on your resume. Do you have good variety of things in your resume? If you don't have a job yet, if you haven't been hired yet, that's where volunteering comes in. You're doing free labor there, but you learn from it. You learn how to collaborate with people. Build those relationships. That's where mentors come in very importantly. So talk to your mentors about it too. And just, stay positive.
The other thing I like my guests to tell my audience is like, how do you deal with time management? Especially when dealing with studies and stuff like that too.
I wish I was good at that in college. I live off a Google Calendar. He always makes fun of me for that because everything is.
Yeah, she's really good at time management. It's like insane.
Yeah. So, yeah. Be really. Be really. What's up?
Oh, occasionally I check if there's no freeze and if there's a comment or
Got it.
someone just joined.
Oh, awesome! Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so time management. Use Google Calendar or I would recommend reading Franklin Covey's 5 Choices. Basically, it's like a how to organize your life or how to prioritize things in your life to make sure you have time for everything. So regardless, like I try to make sure that I see my siblings at least once or twice a week, have at least one phone call with friends, make sure I'm eating, just like all these things. But it's as unique. You can make it as unique as your style. I'm a very just like I have to be very visual, and really be strict on how much you go out to. Especially if you're in your 20s, right now it's our time to focus on developing ourselves, and there will be more time later on. Because then later on it's going to be not too late, but you're not going to have as much time because your career is already going to be ahead.
Well, I feel like you're definitely going to learn more about time management from her than me. So I learned a lot from her time management wise, so definitely.
So especially because he works at nights. He works at nights and I work in the mornings. And we both work full-time jobs on top of Collective Avenue Coffee. So I'm basically like checking my phone, like, okay, if somebody wants to buy coffee, can either of us make it? So just keeping an eye on that. So.
The other thing I like to do with my show is I like to have my audience, kind of visually picture their entire life journey, especially even like the jobs. Tell us about the jobs leading up to where you are today, all the jobs you held.
Do you want to go first?
Nothing like too crazy. It's just like a lot of retail. Definitely my favorite job so far has probably been like just working at a cafe and just meeting like all the cool people I've met so far. Just really inspiring a lot of creative people. Just a lot of people starting startups in Santa Monica to where I am now. A lot of like photographers, marketers, and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, it's like nothing fantastic or crazy.
Yeah. So I was really corporate. I did accounting, so at Ernst & Young, I worked at the Target headquarters as an analyst, then worked at Disney right after college. I was a manager there, and then that's when I quit. So, yeah, and then that's when before I quit, that's when I started looking for people, because I'm like, okay, I want to start a coffee shop. Let me look for somebody who is an expert in coffee. And I met Jonathan through a mutual friend, so, yeah, that was the trajectory, very short.
Cool. You guys mentioned internships. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. So right now because we've been already running for a little over a year, we're looking to expand. The goal is to get the brick and mortar, and so that means we need more hands-on tech. And Collective Avenue Coffee, it's a worker-owned cooperative, so that what that means is that there's no boss. So when we add people, they're going to be candidates to be fellow business partners and share profits with everyone. So when we're looking at these interns, we're offering experience and the potential to be that. We have the positions open. They're on our website. Can I plug it in? Okay, if you go to collectiveavenuecoffee.com and go to our blog, our most recent blog on summer interns has all the details on that, and feel free to email us. We've already had a couple submissions. We have limited spots, so I'm really excited to see how many more people apply. And who we're going to add on to the team. But yeah, so we have different positions. We're offering the opportunity for high school students to make it count as either community service hours, or if students can somehow make it as credit for classes as well. I've reached out to a couple schools on that too. That might be possible for the fall, but it's definitely something we can discuss. It's just a matter of you guys can go to our pop-up. But yeah, the application ends May 29th, so definitely submit your resume or send an email with a list of your experiences. I know I'm a resume person, but when it comes to this, I want to see their personality too. So we're very welcoming of the community. Jonathan is amazing. Everyone loves to hear him, or he's just a very good listener. So we want to have that type of personality too, where we can all work collaboratively.
Now, tell us, so working in like retail and stuff like that, what have been like some challenging moments too? Like, there's always bound to be like some crazy customer stories and stuff like that. Like, and tips for people that like, if they're gonna be new to like a retail job, like.
It's definitely gonna have some crazy customers at times. So you just gotta learn how to just keep calm, how to like work the situation. Definitely just, definitely just control the situation. Make sure that no one's going overhand or going a little crazy. So definitely just like make sure that you're just controlling the situation, stay calm, calm everyone down, then let the situation work out and calm down by itself.
So if they're new, what would you recommend them? Like, just like, let me just go get the manager.
It's just like definitely just like don't get over eccentric. Just like if you're calm, they're wilding out, but they'll definitely just calm down after a while. You just have to let them like cool down and like say what they have to say. Like at the end of the day, it's just a customer. It's like you're not gonna deal with it at the end of the day. It's only gonna be like that one day, and then the next day goes on, and it's gonna be a whole different day, whole new situation. That's definitely gonna be a lot better than the day before. So.
Yeah, that's so true.
Every
day is so different.
Yeah, I don't like really kind of. Well, for me in general, I didn't really like affect me too much. Like I feel like work is work and your life is something else. So I try to like cut it off as soon as like I'm done with like work. It's a whole new thing and a whole new day already.
Yeah.
Like I just don't want. I would say just don't let that affect like your whole day after. Like if something bad happens at work, it's not gonna. Don't let it affect the rest of your day.
Yeah. Know your policies. When we were at Disney, I worked at the biggest Disney store on the West Coast. And you do have a lot of people who have a lot to say. And yeah, it's just a matter of listening to them. And yeah, don't take anything personally. And people will they've probably had a long day. Like for instance, at Disneyland, we always reminded ourselves, like maybe they're having a long day because they had to wait a lot in lines, or maybe something happened that morning. You don't know people's stories, and then it kind of forces you to be, they don't have an excuse to be rude, but it kind of makes you understanding or really like mind, like, okay, what have they gone through? And at the same time, provide a solution. You have to be a quick thinker in retail. And really just call your manager. It's easier. Your manager should know decision making. That's what they're trained to do. So,
what about audience members who, like, let's say if anybody's listening and they, how would I put this? They feel like they're at a late stage in life and they would feel guilty to like all of a sudden have a change of heart in the whole career thing and not think age means anything to stop them, or like the change of heart all of a sudden in what you want to do.
Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
So like tips for people that all of a sudden they have a change of heart, or like completely change their mind from what their original goal was and stuff, like.
Do you?
I guess it's like I feel like people's things that they love, or it's always gonna be changed, like never changing things. So I feel like it's something that you can always like learn from. Yeah, I think definitely just if you want to do something else, do it. Don't let it stop you, even though it's like your age and whatnot.
Are people messaging or questions? I'm like wondering if I should add it to our story. Is that cool?
That's fine.
All right, I'm gonna record everybody.
Yeah. So right now we're live on YouNow and we're live on Periscope. And the great thing about Periscope is that once we're broadcasting live, even afterwards, it stays there as like a library for people to watch afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So
really
we have
cool.
live viewers and then we will have replay viewers. So it's just an extra stream in which people can further, watch in case they missed it, or if they tuned in late and they missed like the first half and stuff.
Okay.
That's good.
Cool. Well,
Um,
we're all ears.
But what were we
Oh,
saying?
the question
Oh,
about
yeah.
the change. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, your interests always change. I don't think age should like stop you from doing it. I feel like there's a lot of people that are older than me that always want to do something different. Just keep, if you want to do something different, do it. Just make sure like everything else is like cool where you're like able to like be sustainable. But yeah, like, I've had interests when I was younger that I don't really do now, but like I feel like when I get older, they're gonna be something different. So just like keep doing it, learn from it, be a master at that craft.
Yeah. I'm a very tough love person. I would say check yourself before you take that leap. Like before I quit Disney and did the coffee shop thing, I asked myself like, okay, do I have enough money to just quit or just change? Should I give myself a deadline? How cheaply do I have to live? So I was living off of vegan protein shakes and $2 microwave lunches for like a good 3 months. And like si acaso, like maybe like once a week I would go eat inside the park. But you just have to be very mindful. Like if you want to make this change, ask yourself why, what impacted it, what's going to be the like maybe not the third one too much. I mean, take the leap if you absolutely hate what you're doing at that moment, but also do not leave anything without making sure you learn something from it. So don't just say like, I hate it and like I'm gonna forget about it. No, like I really hate this, but what am I better walk away with something, because otherwise I wasted 2 years of my life. So you best believe like you got to make sure that you walk away with a lesson at least before you take on a new leap.
As we transition to talk about Lynwood, I always like to give a shout out to Roland and all his efforts and all the things that he does for the city. Tell us about Roland.
Roland's amazing. When we started doing our last Friday's event, he was, I remember, I was still in Anaheim, but I messaged the Lynwood Union before I knew it was Roland. Like, hi, Lynwood Union, we want to do this music event. Do you want to pop up and showcase what you do? Because we love what you do. And then Roland's like, yeah, for sure. And yeah, I don't know, it's been great from there. And we love seeing how much he's grown and really brought the community together.
Super dope.
Yeah, he does so much.
He just got a sign recently, so it's like super awesome. I was like super stoked for that.
The official sign.
Where?
In
the building.
Yeah, in the building.
Oh.
Like, in the gallery.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
We something like 2 days ago or something.
Which was also sponsored by, I think, a community member. I forgot her name, but it's everyone working collaboratively.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Cool. You guys were at the what was it? The art walk for the linear park? The
Yes.
first one?
that was-
I think
that was a while ago.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like a lot of people.
I know I
there.
went. 2015 or 2016?
2016, but I don't think we went. I know you went, but you just kinda went.
I just went
yeah.
to support. Yeah, I think.
But we were not. I don't think we popped up though.
Because I think we were
I
both
think
working.
you guys were there. I think I ran into you guys.
Oh, you're talking about the other one where we did pop up. The grand opening?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were the grand
Oh.
opening. Yeah.
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
lot of fun. Yeah. It's nice to see that people recognize who we are. It's like, oh, the coffee's here. So, and it's just nice to see familiar faces. It makes Lynwood feel like we know everyone in town. So, yeah, we hope to continue
And
that.
it was interesting, to see all that art and creativity, and there's a lot of local things like, people that know how to draw and bands in the city. Tell us about how you guys have helped people showcase all their talents on last Fridays and stuff.
That's all Jonathan.
Dude,
He
it's
does
like
all the planning.
getting different bands. I definitely just wanted to give the opportunity to up and coming artists. It's like something a lot of my friends were growing up didn't really have. So I think that's where Last Fridays came from for me. It's like I want to give bands opportunities to showcase themselves, kind of realize that they can really do the same music. Just because I feel like a lot of bands have to go really far away just to play a show, when now you can literally do it every last Friday of the month right there in Lynwood, right across your house. Definitely for the vendors, it's really cool seeing becoming entrepreneurs doing their thing. We're definitely not about making all the money. We want to make sure that they're able to make money as well. and definitely grow their brands. The artists as well, like you want to make sure that they're able to like really learn from like, okay, what am I doing wrong with my art? What can I learn from it? Like, is this really what I can do? Type of thing. Definitely a growing experience. I feel like last Friday is like a growing experience. You learn from it. Like our first one, like ones from like the first to like now, they've all been different. Definitely we've learned from it. So have like other vendors and other artists have learned from it as well.
Yeah, it's definitely been a growing experience.
I
Yeah.
always check if it's not frozen.
Looks like we're good.
Yeah.
Just wave
By the
your
way,
hands in
guys,
the
if
air.
you're tuning in, you could ask a question. I'll check it out.
I know. Feel
just
free
in
to
case.
ask any questions.
I
You
guess
know, put
since
us
it's
on our
so
Instagram
early,
story.
maybe
Yeah.
that's why. Because
And
usually they
finals.
eventually
Good
all
luck to
come in.
everyone on
Oh yeah,
finals.
finals week is. Oh
Maybe.
yeah.
Hi. What is it?
This one's you now.
Spaceman Vito. And then that's cool.
But yeah, whew, man, Rowan really does a whole lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he sets the example of something that really brought Jonathan and I together too, to work on Collective
I always,
Avenue.
I remember one day I came up with saying that he's the Where's Waldo of Lynwood. He's everywhere.
That's so funny. Yeah, I think he really sets the example of Lynwood citizens coming back and bringing and giving back to the community. I think that's something that we cannot see our world improve if we do not give back to what raised us, no matter how ghetto it is or whatever the stereotypes there are. You need to come back and somehow help in your way, and we want to do it through coffee. And Roland does it through the Lynwood Union because that's what he's good at. So
Yeah, and in case people don't know what it is, I'll tell them like what it is.
yeah, so the Lynwood Union is a historical museum. It basically showcases the history and culture of Lynwood throughout the years, and you get to see stories, documentaries, or books, and yeah, just a really good space just for people to have pride in being from Lynwood. Yeah.
Another person coming in. But yeah, it's so cool, to see, especially I think, Ruth, right? Ruth.
Yeah.
She
Ruth's
showed
awesome.
the first time I met her, she had the book that was of the city, like pictures of the city and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting, the history of the city as well.
Hi,
So
Ruth.
when did last Friday start?
Well, last year.
January 2016.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
January 26th.
How did it come about? Did you have to network with the city? Like how did?
No, it's kind of just us. The place we pop up right now, Balam. Dude, they've been like super helpful for us. Yeah, we just we asked him if we could do it. The owner was like, yeah, why not? And then he liked the idea of help getting different artists out there, getting music out here. And I don't remember how we got all those bands. I just remember I don't know if we went to go ask them. It's just
I don't even
it's
know.
so
Our
long
flyer
ago.
was really
Oh, I don't even remember the flyer either. Jesus.
had 4 lines.
When did you start with
Oh,
Balam?
it was I thought it was in November. November.
Of
When did we
what,
start? Yeah, end of
2015?
October. Well,
2015,
no,
November
it was
2015.
November, yeah.
2015. Yeah, they opened a month before us. They opened in October.
Uh-huh.
And we opened pretty much for the month after them.
Yeah.
In the same place or?
Same place.
Yeah.
So we're a pop-up. So we that would be our primary pop-up. So we
So you
pop
guys
up there
just
often.
showed up and introduced yourself and stuff, or
Oh yeah, I was working in Santa Monica at a cafe. I got off work. Was going back home from on the metro. I got off, just walking home, and then I just saw that Balam there. I didn't know what it was. I just wanted to see what's up. It looked new. Had a really nice outside, the lights outside. So it's shining bright out there, and that side of Lynwood. It's Palm Beach Boulevard. And I walked in and I just asked them, hey man, do you mind if I come by this weekend and sell some coffee? Or I think it was before I went on vacation, so I went a week vacation to San Francisco. And then I bought coffee over there, and then I think the following week, it was a Sunday morning, and then we started doing coffee in the morning. Literally just doing pour overs, and then from there, what do we do? Cold brew, different Vietnamese coffee, which is just condensed milk and our cold brew. So yeah, it's crazy.
What kinds of? Do you guys also do those? What are those things called? Those Starbucks ones that are like frozen?
Oh,
Everything
no,
else
no.
now.
This is like on the rocks, so it's like hotter on the rocks.
Yeah.
So, okay, so 2015 started. 2016, okay, so, you try to have last Fridays like every month, or do you?
Every month.
Yeah, we do
Okay.
it every month.
So I was about to ask, like, do you guys take November, December off because of like the holidays?
We
Oh.
did.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny you bring that up. Exactly, just November and December because it fell on Thanksgiving and Christmas. But yeah, every
That's
other month we
okay.
did it. Yeah.
Cool.
Still strong, still exciting.
Mhm.
It's nice to see some bands that still enjoy coming back.
And tell us about, like, the recognition you guys have received too.
Oh, with Ricardo Lara?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
forgot
got
about that.
organization of the year with the city. Yeah, so I guess we're Lynwood's organization.
Uh-huh.
So just like innovative organizations throughout Southeast LA. So that was exciting.
That was a cool
that
night.
we
How
got
did you guys
nominated.
first hear about it? How did it happen?
I think some people brought it up and let us know that they were writing a story about us. Like Nancy. And a couple other people had brought it up and just like, oh yeah, this is happening.
Is it the LNP thing? The newsletter one? Or
I don't even know how she heard about it, but she told us that she was going to write about us and then asked us for details to recommend us. So, yeah. But yeah, it's really exciting. It's really humbling. And a couple other great organizations, businesses that got the award too.
did he get to like personally come to give you the certificate, or was it like one of his field reps and stuff? Like
No, there was a ceremony
Yeah.
for all the awards, and we got a trophy and a plaque. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Cool. When was the ceremony?
I don't remember, but it was somewhere in Southgate.
Yeah.
So tell us about like how the pop-ups like work, like how often that is.
I mean, right now we're popping up from Wednesday through Sunday every week at Balam, unless stated otherwise in our weekly schedule on our Instagram, Facebook. We post our weekly schedule everywhere. We cater for events too, like the box coffees, the travelers. We deliver those for meetings. So we've had some cool gigs with that. We've even catered weddings.
Mhm.
So private events, people want a special menu item created just for them. Jonathan's got it.
What did you do, like a blueberry latte that day?
Yeah, we did blueberry lattes for that wedding.
Mhm. Those
So people
cool
liked
stuff.
it. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, but we typically pop up at Balam. So from 10 to 12, if people ever want to go taste our coffee. Again, all the proceeds go straight to saving up for the brick and mortar. So
So the very first spot was like Balam, right?
Mhm.
And then tell us about how you started to get your name out, like the social medias and like what is it, like cards and stuff, or the website, all that stuff.
I made all my friends follow our Facebook. I think it really kicked off during our GoFundMe campaign. We did a GoFundMe campaign in May.
And tell
To
us how
see-
that works.
GoFundMe is basically crowdfunding. You ask people for money, the website takes a percentage, but you basically share the story. It's much more easy to share. We had Lynwood Films as well make the video for us. Ruth comes out in it, Roland comes out in it, Felix, shout out. So we did the video, did the GoFundMe. We launched it actually at a business meeting or like a business workshop
yeah,
with
okay.
then Mayor Hernandez. So he's like, yeah, just showcase it here. And I'm like, okay. We had like
I totally forgot about
48 hours to get everything done because I was in Sacramento at a cooperative conference, and then Lynwood Films was like super like ninja and did all that suit like really quickly, and Jonathan was
When did
running
you
the
do the
event.
film? You know that part where we like it was both of us at the end of the film? Was that when
Oh,
you
we
came
filmed
back?
it at Fireball High
Was that when you
School.
came from Sacramento?
I had just come back from Sacramento that
Oh, wow,
morning.
man, I didn't
Yeah,
know-
and
I
I was
totally
like, put
forgot
on
about
makeup,
that.
hide the tiredness, and then, yeah. So
And
we
then-
filmed, and then Jonathan ran that last Friday's event, which has like 100 to 150 people a night. He ran it on his own, so
Forgot
oh my
about
gosh, you're a
that.
trooper. Yeah, so I think that's where it kicked off was when we did the GoFundMe, because people before the GoFundMe, I had a couple friends like, Kateri, just like, when is your GoFundMe? I want to donate already. Let's get this going. And we need an espresso machine, which is a typical one is like $10,000, but we got a small one for $7,000. So yeah, that's where.
So expensive.
Yeah, coffee is not cheap.
Yeah.
So, especially quality coffee. But yeah, we did our GoFundMe campaign. People started sharing it, donating, and we raised $9,000 in 2 months. So that really, for us,
That was
it's.
so long ago. It's
I
like,
know.
yeah, wow.
It was exactly a year ago.
Oh, yeah, damn.
Dang.
Time is flying, man.
But it was very, for me, I don't know, how was it for you, Jonathan?
Oh, it's crazy. It's like cool to see like really people supporting like the vision that we see for
Yeah.
Lynwood. And it's cool seeing. I don't know. I feel like it's just a really great thing to see people getting together like for one common cause and something that's going towards a good thing. And that's definitely helped us get to where we are now. So like
And
definitely.
how did like the website come to be? Like,
Oh, that was a collaborative help. Some of our friends,
I totally forgot.
Christian, Bonilla de la
Oh,
Rosa,
yeah.
they were helping us out. Recently, the most updated website, we got help from USC students. So they helped us with a website, social media and stuff. So
Was it Tri-Site?
yeah, it was Tri-Site Communications. So that's their student-run PR firm, which one of my friends is part of. So she's like, let's help you out. But yeah, I think that's where it really went big, is with the GoFundMe campaign, which is not easy. You have to drop the pride and tell people why you're doing it and ask. Just keep asking, and but you'll find those people who really support what you do. Yeah, you never know.
Literally from all
so
over.
what are all the social medias you guys are on?
Hey, we have everything.
Yeah, we have
except
Twitter.
Snapchat.
Oh, we have Snapchat. Twitter.
Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, Yelp, if you want to check our ratings and our menu. Our website. Our website actually has our Google Calendar link to it, so if you want to know exactly where and when we'll pop up in a timely manner too.
And all the what is it called? Screen name, right?
Oh,
Or-
like the handles?
Oh. At Collective Avenue Coffee on
yeah.
Instagram. What is the Collective Avenue Coffee Co. on Facebook?
I'm like, sign. Yeah, Instagram is at Collective Avenue Coffee. Hi to the new viewers. Yeah.
What's
at
Facebook? Twitter
If
is-
you go to our website, just collectiveavenuecoffee.com, you should see the links to everything on the how to get involved line.
Do that,
So-
guys. Just do that.
Yeah.
Cool. So then, okay, so the GoFundMe, and then the websites happened, and then like what else happened like after like, or were you already doing the last Fridays already, or did that
With the
come like
GoFundMe?
after the website, the last Fridays?
I think that the website happened after. Yeah, it happened after last Fridays because we launched it in April. Like that's when the
Like
bill.
the Go Call for Me campaign or the website?
No, the website.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
It was April. That's when the bill came in.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got to pay for your website.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, and then you can see pictures of our events on the website too.
Mhm.
So
Cool. So tell our audience like some tips, like how do you get a like business started in the first place?
you make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
So we're the first worker-owned cooperative coffee shop in LA County. So what that means, yeah, again, worker-run, worker-owned, 100%. There's no boss at the top. It's all a team effort. There is actually a business entity for that, but because it's so rare, there's probably like 2-3 registered co-ops in LA County. When we went to go register,
Oh, they
remember
didn't even know what
that?
it was. Yeah.
That was
Jesus.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we tried to register as a co-op, and they're like, you
What is that?
you can't register as that. That's not an existing business entity. But it's really big in the Bay Area. And we're just kind of like, oh, okay, back to the drawing board. So you learn about it. What are some other ways? Talk to other co-ops, and yeah, you just gotta learn quickly. I mean, imagine if we had quit that moment. Oh, we're not a co-op.
Oh, I
so
know.
like,
You can still
So-
run. So as long as you're still running as a co-op, it's like totally fine.
yeah. It really is about, it's called, in other words, if you could just look up social entrepreneurship, that's also another way of looking at it. A worker-owned co-op is socially conscious entrepreneurship. So, yeah, tips. Yeah, keep making mistakes. What else have we learned? don't know.
Mm,
Listen to your customers. Yeah, what they like.
I think that all really beneficial about a pop-up is like you really get to like learn like your mistakes in a smaller scale of things. So
Like on the
when-
spot.
Yeah, like that, and like it kind of gives you like say like instead of like you get like feedback a lot quicker. So like when you actually open up the brick and mortar, like you already have everything else perfected. So that's always I think that's a really cool thing about like opening up a business, and I think especially if you're doing a pop up, super beneficial. It's like you're really doing a lot of what big businesses are doing that are already a brick and mortar in a smaller scale, but you're able to learn about the same thing. It's just you're not going through as much, losing as much money as if you were to do a traditional way of opening up a brick and mortar. So I think like definitely like opening up the brick and mortar, we would definitely have everything solid. All of our ingredients are gonna be really good, delicious, and stuff like that. So it's like general
Yeah.
things like that.
So when you do GoFundMe, you have to have a bank account.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. So that's a way of doing it. I know we did something separate to make sure that it kept tracking an Excel sheet as well. Because GoFundMe, it says that you get a certain amount, but they take off a significant percentage. It's almost like 10%. I think it's 10% that they take away. Yeah, there's other ways. There's Kickstarter, there's Indiegogo. There's different ways of crowdfunding. It's really big nowadays for different things. But yeah. We're not frozen.
Yeah, I always have to check. Sometimes it happens. We lose a signal.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Okay. The other. What is it?
Actually, can we go live on our phone? Do you want to do that on our Instagram?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yay! It's so meta. All right. Do you want to go? Yeah, I'm gonna do
Here you go. Here you go.
it. Okay. We'll just go live. Let's see if the connection goes.
Yeah, I know. Right here, for some reason, in this
We're
building in
live.
particular,
Cool.
sometimes the Wi-Fi.
Rob, do you want to say hi? You're live on ours.
Hello, hello. This is what Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Instagram
Cool,
live.
cool. Welcome. This is where people make a difference. Studios located at Cerritos
Yay.
College. This
Hi,
show.
that one guy, that Juan guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. So this is Falcon Spotlight. It's just one of the shows. It's
Let's see if it
part
works
of
here.
the.
There we go. Oh.
Yeah, it happens to pause sometimes.
Okay. So many cameras. Cool.
Falcon Spotlight is the show I do where I do interviews here at Cerritos College. We have a variety of different shows. Students can, how do I say, try out. Yeah, try out for having a show. They have to audition and stuff and go through the learning process, and then you run it by the advisor what kind of show you want to do. I was a guest on 3 different shows until I decided that I wanted to work the courage to have my own show. I took the test on Halloween and I passed.
Nice.
And I started my show. I researched, I found out that a student once did a show about clubs, and then I was inspired also by another student who named Simon de la Cruz, who did a show where he did text-to-speech. So he had these lines already prepped that's a robotic voice where he's talking to a spaceship, and they introduce you to cultures around the world, him and his spaceship robot.
Really cool.
Yeah. So from there I learned, that, okay, well, you have to put in a lot of time even outside of your show. It's not just, oh, you're on the show once a week. No, it's like all this planning before that.
Yeah.
And then finally German Sanchez, another student who, he put a little webcam in the room on the top corner when he was doing his show through some chat room. And so that's when I incorporated the video.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Enrique Rivera, who's also was a student here, who he did everything through his website to put everything archived and stuff. So
Cool.
it's been a mixture of different people. And my show eventually got to have national recognition, the first in the history of Cerritos College to win a national award for some reason. They decided to name it the best public affairs radio show in
I
America.
love it.
So even though I don't really focus on just politicians and stuff, I've tried to get people from a variety of different fields and just share
Yeah.
their story. Because
I've
I
listened to
figured
your post.
there's going to be someone around the world listening, and eventually it might be that one of those guests is exactly where they want to get to. So yeah, this is the show to help people that are still about to ask themselves important questions in life
Yeah.
and where they want to go in life. So, what have been some of your most memorable moments of the coffee so far?
I think getting to help out open up the Tierra Mia Coffee in Lynwood. I mean in Lynwood
Oakland.
Oakland. That was really fun. It's cool, like cool training. Definitely like a whole new thing out there. Meeting the baristas there, meeting how people interact in that area to like compared to like my area. Yeah, stuff like that. I think that was one of my favorite ones. Getting to open up Collective Avenue, definitely. It's like it's nothing like more hardcore different than like opening up your own business and like really getting into like getting able to do like what you want to do and like how you want to run your cafe and like what you want to do for the company, what you want to do for the people around it, or in the just like surrounding communities in general.
Yeah.
Cool. Memorable moment?
Of life or
Yeah.
yeah, Collective Avenue has to top it off. Collective Avenue is probably the most exciting project and the longest one. You know, like when you're in school, you have like a project and you get graded for class, and then you could just forget about it. And I think with Collective Avenue, it's the most exciting and the scariest part at the same time, where it's like, it's exciting because you do exactly what you want to do, but it's scary because you can't just quit. You can't just like, we can't just wake up tomorrow and say, we don't want to do Collective Avenue anymore. It's like, nope, we got to get this going. We're doing this for the community. This goes beyond ourselves, and that's something that we always talk about. It's like, this isn't about us. And I think Jonathan and I have developed like so the positive thing about, another big tip is if you want to start a business, be very careful about starting with close friends. Jonathan and I didn't know each other before. We actually met through meetings and discussed like, okay, these are our ideas. Can they align? But the positive thing is that we're very blunt with each other, not in a mean way, but just like, okay, this is how I'm feeling, or today's not a good day for a meeting, tomorrow will be better, or whatever. So, or whenever we're tired or we go through challenges with Collective Avenue, we just keep an eye on each other, like, hey, how are you doing? Do you still like, well, I mean, we don't really say that, do you still want to do this? We still want to do it, but we're very, just like, make sure that we're very
on our game.
But yeah, making sure that we, like, Jonathan tells me to take breaks, I tell him to take breaks. That balance too. So we're human in the end, so we need to be human.
Definitely.
So
Nice.
does anyone have questions over here? Do you want to answer questions? Can we do that? I don't know, since we're live.
Who's on there?
Your brother.
Oh, no way, that's
Yeah.
so hilarious. What's up, bro?
I said something. Oh,
Who?
I wish you all had a go-to shop. Well, that's what we're going to. So.
Is that all my brother? He's just like
I don't know.
crazy.
I think so.
Chill.
So for those who don't know, right now we're a mobile coffee shop, and the goal is to, make it a brick and mortar. But for that, it's really expensive, and try being 24, 25, trying to get business loans during this economic turmoil. We're still keeping positive.
We'll get there. We're not there now, but we'll get there.
Cool.
So, you guys have been in like various different locations. There's always different kinds of annual events in Lynwood. Did you guys get to go to what was it, National Night Out?
Yes, you were at work that day. But
Tell
we had
us.
an info booth. I had an info booth with stickers, with shirts. We had different people just like learn about what we're doing, really just sharing the story. It's not always just about selling coffee, it is also about sharing the story and people feeling part of it. So something really big we do, and I did a lot that night, was we walk around with a whiteboard that says community is. So if you hashtag community is, you'll find a lot of our posts there.
Was that the first time you did that? The community is board?
No, we did it last Fridays. Yeah, we did it the first time. We just asked people, like, what does community mean to you? Because that's another big thing why we use coffee, is to have these conversations. We asked people what community meant to them. People are like, oh my gosh, this is a tough question. It's like, it's not about like this isn't you're not graded on your answer. It really is about like
Expressing yourself.
yeah, expressing yourself, really thinking about beyond yourself, just as an individual. Sometimes it's nice to think as
a
us, as a whole, yeah. So National Night Out was the perfect time to do that. So it was really exciting, met a lot of cool people. I know somebody was visiting their family in Lynwood. She was from Sacramento, and she was there, super supportive, and yeah, just all kinds of good stuff.
And that's
Did
like
you
a
guys
cool
get
thing
to go
about.
to, Rotary?
See what?
Rotary?
I've gone to visit the meetings. Would love to share the story some more with them. Yeah. So, but they're great people also doing stuff for the community, and I think that's something I like to say. I'm the millennial representative sometimes.
And there's like a new facility named after someone now. What was it? The
Oh.
community center. In
The
Atlanta?
Avalo Center?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So she was a really big, like, she donated food and stuff and was there catering events. I heard her story.
Yeah.
So really awesome just how it all goes full circle. Yeah.
Have you guys gotten to do a pop up over there yet?
No. Well, actually, we did in Ham Park all summer last summer for
yeah,
some movie
movie
nights. Yeah, so we were the official snack bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know, well, I think now the mayor usually always, that's kind of like, does a whole like coffee with them. Do you do that? The coffee with,
We haven't done that yet.
or
Yeah.
the one
Oh, the
that-
coffee with the captain?
Yeah,
That's stay tuned. Yeah.
that's when the
Not
coming up soon?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's still in the making, but I mean, again, we'll be around. So, yeah. But it's I think it's called Convo with a Captain on Facebook. So, Roland posted the event, I think. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Let's see, just checking it's not frozen. Cool. So tell us what are the names of your degrees again right now?
American Studies with a
American
focus in consumerism.
Cool. So
And business.
business?
Yeah.
Oh.
You were taking business classes.
Yeah, business class, but no degree. Yeah.
Oh,
School of Life.
what, you were going back or?
Yeah, I want to go back. Yeah. That's like, we're getting pretty busy, so it's like I don't really have time to go. Just go as much as I want to. So once we get like another person, I definitely want to go back to school. Definitely the plan.
Which would help us. We're looking for interns.
Cool. And yeah, high schoolers are always in need, especially the.
Yeah, but we're
Service
looking for
hours.
college age students as well. So
Mhm.
if you know anyone here
Mhm.
in Cerritos or local community colleges, because we want it to be a full-time position
Mhm.
afterwards if they're interested. So yeah.
Cool. Usually, sometimes I would always ask my guests also, what was the goal of the year, and what goal do you have for next year?
Everything changes so quickly, so much. I mean, the end goal is get the brick and mortar, get the actual location, and create this community space. And for that takes a lot of research, a lot of funding. And since we're a worker-owned co-op, we can't have investors. We can have loans, grants, and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, to keep us going, we just got to keep doing the pop-ups while we work in the background to make sure we ensure that. So that's the main goal, and run as a co-op. So yeah,
Cool.
I don't know. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that'll be the goal.
Awesome. What other tips do you have for future college students who, because that's another thing too, is after high school and you go to a new school and stuff, you may feel overwhelmed and stuff. Like, what was that experience like being new?
So high school into college.
Mhm.
I don't know how it's for you.
I think definitely just putting yourself out there.
Mhm.
Like, don't be afraid to like meet new people in general. Definitely open your circle of friends, and just get different diverse group of people that you're hanging around with. See how their culture is different from yours. Definitely stuff like that.
That's so true. I tell students, hang out with people who are like you, but also make sure to hang out with people who are not like you, who have different stories from you. Because not only are you going to hear their stories and see how valuable they are, but people are going to value yours. And also take ownership. Like if you're from Lynwood, or you come from the hood, or whatever, you come from a low income or from a struggle or whatever, take ownership of that and be like, yeah, I hustled hard and now I'm here. Like, I didn't realize how poor I was until I went to Berkeley. And then it's like, but I was never embarrassed about it. I'm like, yeah, I come from Lynwood. Yes, it's next to Compton and Watts. And so what? But I grind hard. I work hard. Tell me about your story. Like, look, actually, you might find things in common, or feel free to disagree, but at least you have those perspectives. And you never know who you're going to stay friends with for a while. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember having a professor that talked about his days where he had to live off of ramen for a very long time.
Yeah.
You will have a lot of days like those, and it's okay. And don't live up to the glamorous hype of social media where people make it seem like everything is awesome. Don't try to keep up with everyone on Instagram. Grind hard. There's a lot of tears and sweat that goes behind the scenes. So, yeah.
Definitely. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to
Thank
be
you.
on the Fashion Spotlight. Any closing statements you'd like to make? Oh, where can they contact you guys?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're live here on Instagram, but just look up collectiveavenuecoffee.com. If you go to the contact page, you can email us. It goes directly to me. If you're interested on the internships or want to learn more about it, you can go to the website and check the blog post, or our social media. If you literally just Google Collective Avenue Coffee, and I think a lot of our social media will come out. If you go on Yelp, just a little bragging rights, if you go on Yelp and type coffee in Lynwood, we're the first coffee shop that pops up. So.
Oh yeah, coffee. Like, tell us about the types of coffee. Like, is there like holiday type things you do different? Like,
We do like seasonal drinks, so we'll have like a different drink for like the season. So we had last one was the caramel sea salt vanilla. So that's what we made in house. So it's like house made caramel.
We'll be bringing back the lavender lemonade too.
Oh yeah, lavender lemonade.
Lavender lemonade is not coffee, but it's really popular in the summer.
Definitely, we like I said, like she said as well. Like we're not just coffee, so we want to do like different things in general. So like bring something
do you
different
guys
to the
do
area.
anything for 4th of July?
Maybe not like
Maybe not
specific
specific,
day,
yeah.
but we'll like just like something different like each season.
Also another big thing that Jonathan introduced me to, and I'm like, we have to integrate. And I think we're the only ones that go really in on this in Lynwood, is single origin coffee. So our coffee is seasonal, and single origin means that you know exactly where the coffee bean comes from. Jonathan is an expert on that, only uses local roasters. So basically the people that prep the beans. Because that makes sure that the relationship our roasters have with the growers is a positive one, and that the people that grow our coffee are paid correctly. So no one is being exploited at the cost of providing you coffee, which is why we provide specialty coffee. It's not like quick, cheap coffee at the cost of somebody being underpaid.
Yeah, it all trickles down to like not only them getting paid more, but also the farmers. They got families, you know, they have to
So
support
you got
themselves.
like a like a farmer's market, or
No, we get it from like
Local roasters.
So local like coffee
They have
shops
actual
that roast.
relationships with the growers in different countries. So yeah.
pretty cool.
We're all about ethical. I mean, our milk is organic.
What about like the types of cups? Oh.
Yeah, our cups are compostable, so
Yeah.
it's like literally probably the greenest cafe in Lynwood.
We're the greenest cafe for sure. Like my little sister, she's at Lynwood High right now, and she started the environmental club, and she uses our coffee grounds and she uses our compostable cups and uses them to plant things. Because even if you put it in the grass, it's going to be compostable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like we definitely want to make sure that we're doing like not only good for like people, but like for the environment. Yeah. It's like this is our Mother Earth, so we want to make sure we're treating it right.
Yeah.
Cool. So like, there's different. I know there's different. I guess like diets. There's like certain people like eating stuff. Like not everybody that eats meats and stuff. Do you guys like have certain.
Yeah, our
types of
syrups are
diets?
vegan. Jonathan.
Most. Like our vanilla and lavender will be vegan.
Yeah.
It depends on the different, like what it is in general. But like we do almond milk as well, so we use organic almond milk. And we use a pretty good brand that's out in the market, so stuff like that.
Yeah, there's some cool brands.
Tell us, what is vegan? What is that?
No meat or anything. No animal consumption, so meat and nothing that comes from animals. So no eggs, no milk, no honey that comes from bees. That's one that is often overlooked. But yeah, that's what vegan is. It really is a matter of people people do it for different reasons, and one of them is disconnecting from the need of creating so many animals. Yeah. Or eating so many animals. Yeah. So it's like next level after vegetarian.
Like a big group of people looking out.
Oh yeah, it grows over time.
Yeah.
This is that before it was like super early. I
Yeah.
guess for people. So,
What
yeah,
time is it now?
they go in and out.
Yeah.
Stay here,
the
stay
different-
locked.
Cool. What is the location gonna? Is it okay if we answer some
Yeah,
questions
it's fine.
here?
It's fine.
Okay. Hi, for those of you who stuck around, all four of you. Juan asked, is the location going to be in Lynwood, and would we want to open another location with investors? Do you want to explain that one to your brother?
Lynwood, definitely no other location with investors.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have investors because
Like, we're working on co-op.
it defeats the purpose of
Yeah.
it being the workaround.
Mhm.
Yay.
We had a plan.
Yeah, Ronnie Music. Hey, cool. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please check out Rob Flores. What's your Instagram?
Rob Flores Media, and my site, my WordPress is robflorestv.wordpress.com.
There you go. We'll be putting it on our story as well. I think it's in the story already, actually. Cool.
We've had so many different audience members from
Yay!
different.
Check us out. We
Streams.
cater. Yeah. So we also have a copy request form on our website if you want to check it out.
To create one, a whole new one.
No, like if you want to request for if you want us to cater, if you want us to deliver, we have a Google form there that shows you. Yeah.
Did you guys do anything for a Halloween one, like a pumpkin type of?
We did in
No.
October last Friday. Oh, we did costume themed.
Oh, yeah.
Even some of the band members
That was really fun.
dressed up.
Yeah.
Like
on
We had
Halloween,
like a
or-
punk band from Long Beach or something.
yeah,
That's
a
like
broken line. Hey.
A 70s funk group. So hilarious.
Yeah, a broken line's actually going to be there
This month?
this month as well.
Yeah.
So we have people who are returning bands. We have some bands requesting other bands to play with them that same night.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like bands against bands at all. It's like bands support each other, and we have a lot of Lynwood bands there. Some from high school to
Had bands
older
from
than
the
us.
Valley, freaking all over the place.
Yeah.
Man. People asking for us.
It's so cool.
Oh, also let the audience know about Balam and how different their tacos are than from almost every other taco place.
It's definitely a really good highlight for just in general, like that whole area, Southeast LA, probably like the best tacos you'll get around that area. Super delicious, definitely very creative.
Award winning.
Different. They're what are they? 73rd most popular restaurant in the
Like
U.S.
their names
Well,
of each of
they're
their
the most-
tacos is
yeah.
Yeah. They actually
different.
just won another award this past weekend. I think it was Taco Madness, I think.
Taco
There's an
Madness,
award named that?
Yeah, they
Cool.
won the number one, so it's cool. I think that's definitely been really beneficial for not only us but the city of Lynwood, and really highlighting a whole new way of how that area is looked, and where it's not like the ghetto, where it's not as bad as everyone thinks it is. It's people have that mentality from when it was in the 90s. This is not the 90s. This is 2017, man.
We've been doing Last Fridays for over a year, and we've never had safety issues. We've
Yeah.
never heard about complaints, and I think that's a really good reflection of really the community engagement and
And what they want to see.
yeah.
And I think I definitely feel a lot of gangsters really love what we're doing in general. It's super dope. It's not something that they had, and it's a way for people that feel like they're alone to really go and be with the family.
Yeah, but it's really exciting. But yeah, Balam, they're the top-rated taco place in California.
Yeah. I can't remember off the top of my head. Just to give an example of the types of names of their tacos, it's not
Rajas,
Kushum, tropical tea, Korean
What is
masala,
it? Tinga masala?
chicken tinga
Chicken
masala.
masala.
Yeah,
Wow.
So poor.
So if you want coffee,
Yeah,
or just go get their tacos, they're awesome.
Or get both.
Or get both.
Definitely get
Or
both.
dessert.
More.
Get your lavender lattes.
Okay.
Get the avocados this spring and summer. Definitely
Yeah.
really delicious. Helping out Concha Creamery out of Carson.
Yeah.
Definitely check them
So
out.
yeah, again, affogatos are basically a scoop of ice cream with an espresso shot over it, and we right now we're only using ice cream from.
The Concha, it's like a small little ice cream parlor right there in Carson. So I think that's a cool thing about Collective Avenue as well. Like,
is it like only like one type of flavor ice cream?
so what we're gonna do is like just switch out the flavors. So they switch out their flavors every Monday.
Mhm.
So like every time we run out of ice cream, we'll like try some good
Yeah.
different flavor.
And then the cool thing about this ice cream place is that for each one of our purchases, part of the proceeds goes to foster children in South Korea.
Yeah, they've actually raised like a like high thousands, like around the high thousands for sure on the donations they've given out to the
The foster children.
foster.
Yeah. So we're very, I don't know if you can tell, but we're very conscious about where everything comes from in our product. So, yeah.
Definitely want to help out not only ourselves but everyone as many people as we can.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Cool.
Awesome. And so, let's see. Right now it's May, so June, July, August. The next National Night Out is like 3 months away.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
It's
excited.
be a fun day. Yeah, we do like events all over too. Like we have an event coming up this Sunday at Sofel Graphics in Boyle Heights on First Street.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check that out this weekend. It's from 1 to 6, I believe.
It's called Molcajete Dominguero.
There you
They
go.
call it molcajete because in molcajete is grind, and it's about Latinos grinding.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah, that's where the name comes from, I think.
Okay.
It makes
Do you
sense.
guys do anything during the Christmas parade day?
We sold coffee that night. Yeah,
Oh,
we did.
yeah.
You were at work.
Oh, I was at work.
This is
Yeah,
where
man.
this is where it happens where like you still have to pay bills, and that's why it's my tough love advice is you got to make sure you still have money and save up money to pay bills. So that means like give up some nights out or whatever it may be, give up that really fancy brand shirt or whatever.
Go for the inexpensive stuff for a while.
Yeah, just like I mean, yeah.
It's not
So,
bad.
but yeah, still pay bills so that way you can still have availability
Mhm.
to sell coffee or whatever your grind is.
I think, let's see, because I'm trying to think of all the different like annual events there are in Lynwood. I think
Last
June-
Friday is
Juneteenth?
next week. Next Friday is
Oh, it's next week already.
Definitely go check that out, guys. Should be a really
It's
fun
free.
night. Cool bands, good tacos, great coffee, cool people all over the place, good music.
Yeah.
cool. Let's see. How about like your parents' reactions and stuff, like your family's reactions when you guys are like told them that you were going to do coffee, like.
Hi, mija. Bluntly said. No, my mom, I mean, the community we come from and everything, it's like you just want to make sure your kids are surviving. And when my mom found out, she's like, you're giving up your salary job to sell coffee? And I'm just like, but this is what I want to do. And then she's like, okay. I think I'm really, really lucky that my mom supported me and was cool with it. Or more like, she doesn't pay my bills and she's like, okay, do whatever you want. She's taught us to be very independent. Yeah, but
Same thing. Definitely feel really supportive from like my dad, brother, apparently who's watching right now, my sister. Definitely, yeah, really encouraging with my family. So super happy about that. But other than that, it's like no, I feel like that shouldn't matter to you. It's like just do it for yourself and do what you want to do in life.
own it.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You know, I always am happy when, you know, a show has gone by and there's been no
No freeze.
freezing.
Yeah.
Because occasionally there are episodes in which I have to go back and re-sign
I was gonna
into
say
the
really
thing
cheesy
and-
jokes. It's smooth like our coffee.
It's what? It's
It's
smooth like our coffee. The puns never stop. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We get so much pun. If you look at the blog on the summer internship thing, it's like, this isn't the type of internship the your typical go fetch me a coffee kind of internship. And I'm like, I'm so funny, but I'm not.
Gotta put in those little coffee jokes in there.
Yeah. Coffee jokes are the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't like coffee, we have tea too. We always have that. It's always funny. But,
Oh, cool. And let's see what else. So you mentioned Southgate. You guys have done like pop up over there.
have we?
Not that I can think of, but we have our friend's cafe that's out there, which is a Solito Cafe.
Yeah. Hi, Daniel.
Yeah, he does a lot of cool stuff out there, so definitely check him out. If we're not open, go to his spot.
Yeah.
Our friend Patria Coffee is gonna open a shop in Compton, so
Jeffrey,
when he's
yeah.
opening up, definitely check him out. So that's a cool thing about Collective Avenue and like a lot of cafes like around us that are opening up is like we're very supportive of one another. We don't look at it as a competition, but we look at it as like really growing each individual community, especially from people that are really from there. So nothing like it's not really causing like a big drastic change that you can really support someone that's from there, knows the pain and knows the struggle, and really change that whole perception of it.
And I mean, you guys, within Lynwood itself, there's like so many different like, not necessarily competitors, but because like even like fast food places have like
Coffee shop,
coffee and stuff, but like
different cafes.
yeah, like there's so many different things, but yours has like unique with even just the content and what in the container.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of options, but I hope we are inspiring conscious consumption where people know exactly where their money is going. Sometimes it's okay to give up some convenience with knowing that you're contributing somehow to helping pay a bill for somebody in Guatemala, Burundi, Rwanda, wherever your coffee beans come from, and knowing that it's one less cup you're adding to a landfill too. So, yeah, like, be mindful.
You know, folks, I always say that the call letters to this radio station, you know, it definitely makes sense. You know, a long time ago when they gave the call letters WPMD to the station, and our advisor asked the students what would they like the letters to mean, and they said where people make a difference. And they're, you know, when we bring guests from all over, and you know, it blends in.
I love it.
So another episode here from Where People Make a Difference Radio. We have guests here who make a difference. Thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Much.